What's going on, everyone? Brand new channel, first video. Want to introduce myself. My name is Jeff, and before I even get started, I just wanted to thank you guys for subscribing to this channel. If you do so, I would appreciate that. I'm planning on doing different types of content. I want to do some gameplay. I want to talk about games. I want to maybe do some reaction videos in the future. Who knows? But it's all about video games, okay? This is all about Game Jeff, and it's all about video games. And I want to share. I've been playing video games since the 80s. Long time. I started off with the Commodore 64 system, computer, C64. Those who are over 40 years old, they may remember that system. Started off playing that, and then from that point on, I never stopped playing. I went to playing Nintendo, Sega, Game Boy, all the way up to the PlayStation and stuff like that. So anyway, I want to share a few things really quickly here. My little collection that I have. Some of my favorite games, from the recent couple of two decades maybe. So Nintendo Switch, I got some games that I really like. Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's time to make a new one, by the way. Zelda Link Awakening, I love this game. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, even much better than the first one. I was so surprised how much better this game is to the first one. One day I'll talk about it in greater depths, but it's been out for a while now. As of this video, it's been out for at least a year or two. I think 2 years by now. Mario Kart Deluxe. Mario Brothers U Deluxe. Love those games. I got some old PlayStation games. One of my all-time favorite games that I really loved, and it's still one of my most favorite games, Skyrim. Oh my gosh. This is the original disc that I bought when it first came out, and I never sold it. I had it all the time, And it's funny because I bought the same one for the PS4, but yet I'm still keeping this one, just for old memories, So I got the original PlayStation 3 Skyrim. You know what's so funny? Before I get into this one. Heavenly Sword. Man, this game is awesome. PS3, but I can't play it right now because I got no PS3. So maybe one day I gotta buy one just to play this game again, One of the games, I'm not really into like JRPG games or turn-based games. I really don't like them. I hate them. I really do. But there's one exception. This game right here, Eternal Sonata. I don't know if you can see it. This game right here is amazing. I play it. I don't know how I got it, how I happened to just try to buy it, but I happened to play it and I freaking loved it. And it's very satisfying and really fun. And I'm keeping this, and I constantly look on the PS4 network, see if there's any way you can download it. They have every other game there. They have like every game on the PlayStation network except that one. So PlayStation, can you please get this game up there so I can play it again? I would appreciate that. Shadow of Mordor. Love this game. One of the first games that came up for the PlayStation 4 back in 2014, it was, I think. If you're angry, if you have to let out some steam, if you have to like, this is the game. I mean, you can let it out. You can let out your anger. It's very satisfying. Just killing orcs and cutting off their heads and stuff like that. This game is really satisfying. So this is one of my games that I really love. I haven't played it for a while, but one day maybe I'll get back into this. Resident Evil 7, love this. I love all the Resident Evil games, by the way, except the newer ones. I'm not so crazy about the newer ones. By that, I'm not talking about the remakes. I'm talking about like Resident Evil 5, 6, And those I was not really a big fan of it because it was more like shooting instead of the slow pace. I like slow pace, you know. That's what makes Resident Evil so good, you know, because of the slow pace and the puzzle solving, and then here and there a zombie and the creepy environment. That's what I love about Resident Evil. And I think that when they made Resident Evil 7, they went back to their roots, you know, back to the slow pace, and you know, and so keep up with that. You know, that's what you're supposed to do, Capcom. You know, make the game slow paced because that's what Resident Evil is known for. You know, there's plenty of other games out there that are fast paced that we can play, but you stick to your originally. That's what makes you who you are. So stick with it. God of War. I was not really a big God of War fan, you know, and I'm still not really crazy about God of War, even though I played God of War 3 a lot. But this one was pretty good. I played that too. One of my favorites, Uncharted. My gosh, I love Uncharted, especially the original 3 with Drake. You know, I really love those. And then the fourth one was, for me personally, was the best one. You know, really love Uncharted. Kind of reminds me of Tomb Raider a little bit, but like with a little flair and the comedic in there and the adventure, and kind of like for somebody who's watching this, it's like watching a movie, you know, while you're playing. So it's an amazing game. Last of Us, the first one was amazing. You know what? I just recently played the second one, and for some reason I loved it, but there's this, you know, they constantly hold your hand in the game. They constantly hold your hand in the game. And all these cutscenes and story scenes, it's like I'm watching a movie instead of playing, you know? It kind of like, I played it like more than halfway. I think I got all the way to like maybe like 60, 70% through the game. And I just turn it off. I just stop playing. Because of all the story, it's just too much, you know? I just don't. And the fact that what's this girl's name? You know, the girl in the game. I forgot. But her turning out to be a freaking lesbian, that was like a turnoff for me. You know, like why you have to be lesbian? You know, what the hell? You know, like in the first one she was so cool, but then the second one, and you know what, she was kind of weak. I felt like she was kind of weak. You know, I felt like I was never really strong fighting with her. You know, she was like, you know, too slow changing the gun and changing the bullets, and you know, and I don't like Resident Evil 4. I just actually started playing it currently with my fiance. Really love it so far, and I haven't really given this game a lot of tries, but and this is more like action oriented, but it also has some RPG elements in there, which I really love. And the remake is really good. And I'm playing it right now. I'm giving it a shot, and so far I like it, even though it's not that super slow pace like you know from other Resident Evil. But still, so far I love it. LA Noire, really good game. My gosh, this game is amazing. And the graphics are amazing. The facial expressions are so good because the people are supposed to be lying, and you have to read their faces. You have to interrogate them. You're basically a detective, and you have to solve crimes and stuff like that. And sometimes you have to interrogate people, and then you have to read their facial expressions. And it's really good how they pulled this off to make it look so realistic. And this originally came up for the PlayStation 3, and then they made an upgrade for the PlayStation 4. But amazing game. I freaking love it. Did it come up for PlayStation 3? Maybe it was a PlayStation 4 game all along. I'm not quite sure. I don't know. I don't want to say that. Okay, I gotta talk about this one right now. Horizon Zero Dawn. Amazing game. And I gotta take the sticker off here. This is an amazing game. However, it took me a couple of tries to get into this game, to be honest. You know, I think I played it like two or three times. And every time I started playing it, I just couldn't get into it. I don't know what it was. I just couldn't get into it. And I put the game to the side. And then a year later, I was recommended, hey, you should try Horizon Zero Dawn. And I said, okay, I'll give it another shot. And I tried it again. I still couldn't get into this. But then one day I decided, you know what, let me just kind of push longer. And something happened in my brain. And all of a sudden, I freaking love this game. And I played it all the way through. And, sorry. Amazing game. NBA 2K23, just basketball. You know, they're making a new one every year. Price starts at $69, goes down to like $10 2 years later. So never buy a new one. Always buy an old one because they're making new one. Because the price goes down anywhere. Those are the games where the price drops the fastest, because they're always making new season and they don't really make many changes. They keep the same template. They make a few upscales here and there. And by the way, your dunking sucks. We are at 2025 yet, even okay, this is 2023 game, but your dunking mechanics suck in the game. I mean, how do they dunk? I mean, can you just make it like where you feel the impact of the dunk, like the vibration and when I was, running to the basket and running to the basket and jumping, I wanted to jump right when I pushed the button. But for some reason, when you push the button to jump, he takes like 2 extra steps and it throws me the hell off. I hate it. Make some upgrades with this PlayStation, okay? And make the dunks mechanics better, okay? Make the impact better, the way they hold the rim. Make it like you can see them holding the rim. The impact, and, some of the physics looks just freaking horrible in this game. Skyrim again, here it is, PS4. I got Skyrim for every system. I got it for, well, I don't have it for the Switch though, but I have it for PC. I got it for PS3, PS4, my all-time favorite RPG game. Elder Scrolls, you know what, I could never get into Elder Scrolls Online. I've tried it one time, and I know it's very trendy. They're making a new one every year, and it's so funny. You are able to make a new Elder Scrolls all the time, but you cannot make Elder Scrolls 6 and send that out. What's going on? Why did it take so long? The Crew, what can I say? Not a big fan, but I have it anyway. Need for Speed Heat. I love Need for Speed. There were certain Need for Speeds that I really loved. I loved Hot Pursuit. I loved Underground. Need for Speed Underground was amazing. And Need for Speed Heat was also amazing. But I haven't played it for a while. My son, he loves it. He played it twice. I think he played it twice. Or 3 times he played it through, Awesome game. Uncharted, here it is. All the 3. Now they're coming to the PS5 games. I got a few PS5 games here. This game is really good. Immortal Phoenix Rising, really good game. I played this game and I freaking loved the graphic and the mechanics and the colors and beautiful looking game, especially when you go into the dungeons or the caves. The world, it just looks freaking beautiful. However, there was something that started to bother me in this game. And that it didn't happen until I was probably 20, 30 hours into the game. And what happened was I felt like it was a constant grind, constantly upgrade and getting new diamonds and the crystals to upgrade your stamina, to upgrade your strength or your powers or your special abilities, stuff like that. I felt like it was a freaking grind, and that's when I started to not like it anymore. It became somewhat repetitive for me, and I stopped playing it altogether. But actually, recently I tried to play it again, but then I stopped again. But it reminds me a lot of Tears of the Kingdom or Zelda, because it's kind of some of the same mechanics. But it's something like where it's like, beautiful game, but right now I'm taking a break. Okay, Dead Island 2. My gosh, this game is fun. I always saw this game on the demo, and it looked kind of good. And I like games where you do looting and finding stuff. I love looting in a game. I love looting, and I wish that they would upgrade the looting mechanics. That's one thing I really wanted to do: upgrade the looting mechanics. Where you can actually see them, grab the loot and putting in the pocket, like a nice graphic animation where you can see them taking the loot out and putting in like stuff like that. Or when they open the chest, instead of having like a glow where they just put the hand in there and then it's still in there. Even though for example, God of War, it looks kind of cool when he goes and grabs the chest, but it does not go out. It's just he puts his hand in there and that's it, But I wish that the item that's actually in there, you would actually see in the chest, and when he goes in and grabs it, it actually disappears out of the chest, and you can see him putting it in the pocket. That would be awesome. This is little things that I personally like that I would see emphasized in the game, Any role-playing game, any game where there's looting, That's one thing that I hope they're going to do with GTA 6, And one thing I wanted to do in GTA 6, and I'm praying they do this, where you basically can go into the forest or somewhere in a known area, and you can, go to the shop and buy a metal detector, go into the forest and look for gold. Look for gold, find gold coins, go in old abandoned houses and use that little metal detector, go around, and then all of a sudden you found like a little, I don't know, like a little box, and it's like gold in there underneath the floor, and you break it open to get it out, and then you can have this gold and you can sell it at a pawn shop. Like stuff like that I would really love, you know. Gran Turismo 7, amazing game. I always love the Gran Turismo. I'm not a big racing game. There's not many racing games that I really like, you know. I do like Mario Kart. I do like Need for Speed. And I do like Gran Turismo. But Gran Turismo has changed. It's not the same like it used to be. But back when the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 came out, I loved Gran Turismo. I played it all day because I love the whole mechanic of you know, and then getting better cars and you have to earn your way up and stuff like that. Amazing game. I tried this one here because it was on sale and has the latest graphics and it looks amazing. But I played it for a while, but there were certain things I don't like about the game, like some of the new mechanics in the game and the options and stuff. You know, like the picture frames and you're like in a freaking restaurant and they're based. It's just kind of weird. And they force you. That's the one thing I hate about this game here. They force you to drive all the cars. Believe it or not. Usually in Gran Turismo, you can pick a car that you like and you can drive it on any track. There were some limits, but on any track basically. But in this one, they force you to drive certain cars in order to progress in the game. You cannot progress without those type of cars. And this is something that I hate. I hate it. They're really holding you. They're forcing you to drive every car if you play the simulation mode. Here again, Horizons Forbidden West, even better than the first one. And it's funny, even though when I liked the first one, and I loved it so much, when I played, obviously buying the second one was a no-brainer. But at the beginning when I played it, there was something I did not like. You know, the way the physics of the game, and also just the way she was fighting, there was something that was weak, and I hated it. And also like the graphic was kind of weird. It was like blurry, and when you were spinning around, it was kind of blurry and stuff, and you really couldn't see. I didn't like that at all, and it kind of like turned me off playing this game altogether. However, I waited like 2 years or a year or something like that, and I gave it another shot. And guess what? When I played it again and I kind of pushed through and played it a little longer, I got to a point where I freaking loved this game even more than the first one. Amazing. Diablo 4. What can I say about that? I love the original Diablo, especially Diablo 2. Amazing game. Diablo 4. Sorry, I got a cough. Diablo 4. At the beginning, I loved it. But then I hated it. And what I hate about this is level scaling. I freaking hate it. Okay? You know, you're getting all these power-ups. You're getting stronger and stronger. What good is it if you get stronger and stronger and you don't feel that power when you slaughter enemies? You know? And I always say, oh, we want to make it a challenge all the time. Well, the way you should do this is like I do in Horizon. Horizon, they don't have... There's no level scaling in Horizon. You know, it's just you get stronger, and the further you go out, the stronger the enemies get. That's how you have your level scaling right there. The further you go into the world, the stronger they get. But once you get to a certain strength, then even the strongest are weak. And I think this is a good thing because you have this feeling of accomplishment, you know, knowing that you earned all your skills, you fought hard, and now you earned your reputation, you earned your strength. And now you can go out there and slaughter. And I personally like it, feeling invincible. You know, this is I make up my own game in my head while I'm playing the game. You know, and it's like something that's only in my head. You know, but I enjoy this. You know, and this one they took it out, and I hate it. You know, I wish there were an option where you can adjust the level scaling, and there is an option where you can do it like a little bit. But come on, just turn that shit off, okay? You don't have to have it. I mean. Some people like it, some people don't like it, okay? Make it like where there's level scaling options, but there's also where you can completely turn it off, meaning that the characters in the first world will always be level 1 to level 5. They will never get any stronger. And in the second world, the characters are level 5 to level 10. They don't get any stronger, and leave it like that. That's what you got to do, all right? Other than that, I love Diablo, but that was one thing that's, yeah. Anyway, that's what that did. I want to talk about that. So Hopefully you enjoyed this little tutorial here, my little experience with games, but I have much more to talk about. Next time I may do a gameplay. I may be playing Resident Evil 2. I'm actually finished the first round with Claire Redfield, and I'm going to the second round now playing with Leon. And I'm probably gonna stream this on YouTube on this channel here. So if you want to check out and watch me play, I'm trying to go like speed run, like go fast through it. I try, you know, and kind of like since I already know the game, so I may go a little faster through it. And let's see. So, all right, guys, peace out.